I am so excited to welcome back to the show, Dr. Shelley.
Thank
you so much for being here. And
Thank you.
I would love if you would introduce your very special guest with us
honored.
today. Okay.
I love these ladies. I absolutely love these ladies. So I get the mic.
You get the mic.
Okay. So this is Adrienne Dythorn. She is absolutely fantastic. She is the CMO of Inspiring Lives magazine, and she's incredible. She actually Dr. Erin's a pro too. Here we go. So she just was announced National Fundraiser of the Year.
Wow.
So she's been doing a lot of wonderful things for nonprofits around the globe, and we're just so proud to have her here today. And we have the beautiful Ranella. Ranella did Khloe Kardashian Revenge Body, and so she's looking fierce and feeling good, you know. Dating, yeah, she's looking for some dating advice. So she's all about the Field Friday. And we've got Chevelle. Now, Chevelle was the district attorney of Philadelphia. Well, honey, in my eyes, for everything. Like, no assistant about it. So Chevelle is a powerhouse female attorney, but also a business coach. And she's just rocking it out. So these ladies we all came from well, Ranella didn't, but we came from the East Coast to Come for Passions for Profits. It's a sold out event, 500 people. We're going to be, I'm going to sing and speak.
You're going to sing
I'm going
and
to
speak.
Wow.
Oh, what are you going to sing?
This is me from The Greatest Showman. And Ranella's going to do a little duet, little action up there. And then launch into like a talk show-esque type of a format for the speaking. So, and tell all these inspiring stories.
So just to, stand the theme just a little bit, because you guys clearly love your purpose and calling. You love your careers.
Yes.
How has that helped you in having healthier relationships in your lives?
Wow. It's everything. I mean, so when I was a single mom for a long time, Dr. Erin, and just being focused on who I was, and I actually had to kind of date myself before I could go out and date other people. My daughter was really pushing. She was like, she was 7 years old at the time. She sat down and wrote a list of 50 things that I needed to find in her extra dad and my next husband. So she was like, she's committed. And when I found my amazing husband, we all call him Mr. Ken because that's what the kids, called them. And then, even my staff calls him Mr. Ken because that's who he is to us. But he's an amazing cardiologist. But we met on Match.com. But I had Match.com on one screen and my list from my daughter, and I just could go check. He has a dog. Check. Everything that I was looking for in a soulmate, he was. And that I think you really, and everything that I needed in a sisterhood is who I've now hired and brought on to my nonprofit and to the magazine. So you really need to know yourself, and then you need to know what you're looking for from the outside world.
How about you guys?
I think one of the biggest things that I look for in relationships is people that I can power up. Okay, people that I can power up, because women need to lift each other constantly.
Yes.
And I really love to do that. I love to see women and men, frankly, succeed. That makes me the happiest. I can sit behind the scenes and do my job and be happy doing that. But if I can make anybody that I come in contact with a better person and lift them up, that's essentially my purpose in life.
Amazing.
Love that.
I'm way more selfish than you. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll do a couple spa days sometimes, trust me. I can be selfish a little bit.
What about you?
Initially, I'm a singer, and I gained 70 pounds, and then I got on Revenge Body by Khloe Kardashian, and I lost 60 pounds, maybe 45 now because I've been busy, so I've been eating. It's okay, it happens. I'm back on it again.
Great.
Thank you, and I have these women as support.
Absolutely.
So knowing how it was to be treated, being overweight, to how it is now, it's completely changed my mindset. It's not just the physical; it's more for the inside. It's also like catching up to my old self again, like restarting, refreshing. And I'm so glad that I have women like filling my mind like, no, self-love, you look great, you look good. It doesn't matter if you have that extra flab or extra curve or whatnot. that's your beauty, and
Mhm.
that's pretty much.
We all
I'm
support
glad.
that.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Okay, so for me, what I have found is that, especially as women, because we're always giving and we're nurturers by nature, I found that we have to set standards for how we allow people to treat us.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Because we're so used to giving and caring
Mhm.
that a lot of times, if you don't recognize it, there are some people out there that are takers don't know when to stop.
Mhm.
So givers have to learn.
Yes.
That is one of the hardest things to really like
Absolutely.
set a boundary though, because
Absolutely.
especially as women, I feel like the caretaker, that nurturer, that maternal side in us comes out, and we want to give and give and give and take care of everyone.
Yeah.
And then there comes a point where you realize, I'm not getting anything in return. I'm not
Yes.
receiving.
Yes.
But it's hard to draw that line in the sand for me to create that boundary, because I feel like it's my calling, it's my responsibility to give.
And I just feel like through your experiences, so like for me, I was a teenage mom. So I had to take care of a son, and then my grandmother became ill later on, actually while I was trying to finish law school. So I had a lot of responsibilities that landed on my plate, and I had no choice but to set boundaries. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I would have just let people run all over me, and I wouldn't have also been able to focus on the things I needed to get done. So boundaries are really important, and I also like to tell people, no is a complete sentence.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Get it, girl.
No doubt. I love that.
When I was overweight, of course, men treated me differently. Like, I wasn't the cute girl anymore of the crew. I was like, okay, she's cute, but she's chubby. But you know what? Nowadays, I love the fact that people are embracing curve. But also, if I had known then what I know now, my confidence would still be like, I don't care. I still look good, and you'll still date me because I'm a beautiful person inside.
Absolutely. It starts with us.
Right.
Right.
But my point is, from saying that, and now I see how men are, especially here in LA. It's the land of the beautiful people. I mean, like, every single person here, down to the men, are beautiful. So it's like you have to just literally step into your purpose, and that's what makes you shine. And I feel like when you're around people like these women, you shine amongst each other, and the more you glow, the brighter you.
Right. So speaking
Totally.
of purpose, and you guys have found each other, it's so wonderful. It's like we think of only traditional relationship and marriages, like there's beautiful marriages that happen between friends and in bizarre ways that we'd never hear about. So tell us about your relationship as Inspiring Lives.
Oh, wow. You want to start?
You start.
Okay, so first and foremost, I this morning, Dr. Shelley and I, we were on the phone like 5 o'clock this
Of
morning.
course.
And
of
she just
course.
called to tell me she loved me.
I did.
And this is how we respond to it. Because I really do love my sisters. These are my sisters, right?
girl.
My sisters from another mister,
Mhm.
right? And so I think that one of the things we even talked about this morning is we as women, especially this circle, we give. Like, we're not here to receive from one another, but we do receive. But that's not what we're looking to do.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to help Shelly. I'm looking to help my sisters, and in return, something always comes back to me.
Yeah.
So I think that if people in general start to lead from a service perspective, because there's so many people thinking, what's in it for me? What's in it for me? How can I make this connection? What's going to be in that resource? People like to attach themselves to people that they think they can get a benefit from. When instead, if you ask yourself, how can I be of service? How can I? And my whole life of doing what I do, I've always been service focused, and the end result is I become blessed. So
actually
in
one-
this sisterhood,
So true. It's one of the primary things we teach in prosperity classes in spiritual prosperity is like, if you switch that mindset of service,
Absolutely.
then it opens up doorways that you never knew, and
Never.
relationships and business and all kinds of things happen. So well said.
And I feel like I've been giving much. And for some reason, I meet people all the time. I talk to people all the time. And I like talking to people. And I never know who they are. I don't really care. And sometimes I love the fact that I'm able to connect people. And I'm like, here you go. Here, talk to this person. You can have this thing. Because I feel like I have so much on my plate. I'm like, why not make more room for my plate so that more things are given to me? So just give it away. I don't need it. I mean, regardless, I'm still going to get mine.
So with Inspiring Lives magazine, it really has been a way to connect women around the world and also through the global sisterhood. Do you want to talk, Adrienne, a little bit about, you're recently on Inspiring Lives magazine's team, but I think that you've really felt just the flood of love and what we're all about. Can you speak to that?
Sure. I was shocked at how much I was received so quickly and how much I was loved. I mean, it was like 5 minutes, I meet Shelly at a party, and we connected on such a high level of understanding and even a spiritual connection. And I was like, I can do this, and I can do that, and I can do this for you. And it was so quick. And then Chevelle, we're on a Facebook Messenger group, and we're going back and forth and going back and forth and going back and forth. And I immediately felt the love from her. I had not even known her at all.
Yes.
I think we just saw each other for the first time like yesterday.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So we already knew each other.
That's what is so different about women doing business versus men.
Yes.
We have to love you and like you.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then we're like, oh yeah, and then we'll do business.
Yes.
And then like, let's do some business and then I'll decide. if I-
Yes.
Right. Yes.
That's so
Exactly.
funny.
Absolutely. And with us, it's really it's grown. There's been so many ways that we've connected other dots. For example, with Chevelle, like I have been Skyping into classrooms in South Africa, teaching in these empowerment circles in the academies with these young women for 7 years. And then she met Hasina Patel, who came in from South Africa for our global gala. And then
I just came back from South Africa.
Yes.
So I'll tell you what happened. I was invited. I do international speaking, and I like to do women empowerment events. And I was invited to speak at an event, and 2 weeks before the event, it was canceled. So everything was paid for, and I was like, oh, what am I going to do in South Africa? Right? So, but because of the global sisterhood and the connections, there's probably no place I can go where I don't know someone.
Love
So
that.
basically, I said, oh, Hasina is in South Africa, right? And again, what I said was, okay, I'm going to go. My plans changed from going to speak to just going to vacation and have a good time. So I called Hasina and I said, I'm scheduled to come to South Africa. And I said, do you need anything from me? I said, because I know she was working with girls and she was creating a leave no girl behind. She was creating that. And I speak. So I said, do you need anything from me? And she said, oh, you know what? Let me think about this. The next thing I know, she calls me and she's like, I want you to come. I want you to come to my school. And I'm going to tell the girls you're coming and, just talk to them. There were probably 120 girls that
So
came
awesome.
from all over.
So impactful.
It was like so powerful. It was amazing. And there was like a reporter there. There was like all these things. I didn't plan that. I just asked if there was anything that I could do for you while I was there. And it just became
Beautiful.
wonderful. And now, so she has a program, and now I'm going to like mentor one of the girls, like take on. So it was, yeah. And some of the girls, they came up, they were like crying because they don't hear at home that they can do these things, that they can achieve certain things. So I gave this whole talk and I made them do these empowerment exercises.
Yes.
And I shared with them like my story, because like I said, I was a teenage mom. I mean, I had lots of obstacles that I overcame, and I just wanted to be the voice for them so that they could see there's somebody here standing in front of me that was in a situation similar to mine. And if she can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
So it was really great. And then that all came again from the connections.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, like, your network is your network. Right?
Absolutely.
We believe that.
You
Yes.
can be rich
So
in
true.
resources. It's not always money, and it always comes back. So always operate from a place of service, and that's what we do.
Yes.
I love that Richard Branson said not too long ago, basically he said, I don't build businesses, I build people, and people build
Exactly.
businesses.
Absolutely.
So I love that you guys are doing that, and it's so well reflected in Inspiring Lives magazine.
Thank
obviously.
you so much.
Of course.
Yeah. Tell people where they can find Inspiring Lives and how they can get back to your community.
So it's inspiringlivesmagazine.com, real simple to remember. And, we're on Instagram and all over the place. But definitely they should be subscribing or finding us at 635 Barnes & Nobles across the country.
That's right. You are inspiring lives. Thank you so much for being part of
Thank
the
you
Focus
so
family.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with more. Good morning, La La Land.